What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy KB, man. I'm back with another video, man. And today, bro, I'm finna be reacting to from house fire to 20 shootouts, the wild story YTB Fatt. Now, I am from the West Memphis area. I am from the area where YTB Fatt grew up. I'm not saying I grew up in Foxwood. I know where it's at, but I'm not saying I grew up in like that area, but I grew up in the area, so most of this stuff I'm pretty familiar with. And I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna be looking to see what the video talking about, basically from me being from this area. But make sure y'all boys like, comment, and subscribe, man. If y'all fuck with the hoodie gang, y'all fuck with the jacket, bro, make sure y'all comment, gang. I'll put y'all on this bitch. I know this bitch fire, gang. I said it in my other video, so make sure y'all boys watch that. I reacted to Black Chicago be like. Black Chicago, but y'all know I reacted to that bit. But anyway, let's get in the video, man.
The YTB Fatt story is one of the most insane stories that we have covered on this channel. From losing everything in a house fire to being involved in over 20 shootouts, YTB Fatt has overcome life's most challenging obstacles in a pursuit to create a better life for him and his family.
I've probably been in like 20-something shootouts or something.
A young man walking the street with an Uzi and another with a big pistol behind him.
I think I remember this, bro. I think I remember this. I wonder if they put names in here. I will for sure know if they put names in here. Like you know what's crazy? I had a homeboy. He was I used to do music with him and some more shit. He died in the shootout. By these other police gang.
They're calling police. He heard dozens of gunshots.
An arrest has been made 2 months after a 16-year-old boy was shot and killed while playing video games in West Memphis.
In a local crime alert, West Memphis police arrested 3 men in connection to a deadly shooting. Officials say the shooting happened Saturday morning just after 10 on South 19th Street.
He got real smoke in the city, like niggas talking about fat nigga out there now. Man, don't let the fuck that shit, bro.
YTB Fatt was exposed to life's toughest challenges since birth. Around June 2001, young track boy Fatt would need to undergo open heart surgery at only 6 weeks old. While Fatt would have a twin brother who is now known as Fox BD, his family would consider Fatt to be a miracle child, and they would be right about that. Fatt was mostly raised by his grandmother in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Bro, Fox BD, he used to hoop at West Memphis High. I ain't gonna lie, he was a bucket. He was small as hell though, but he was a bucket, gang. He used to hoop. I remember one time, I was in the gym. The folks that he beefing with now, at first I think they was all cool because they was hooping together in the gym. I don't know if y'all know about Mud Baby Roo, but they used to hoop in like the gym or whatever. I remember them pulling up, and I ain't gonna lie, little bro was a bucket. I ain't gonna say little bro, but fam was a bucket, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
Near Foxwood Street in the Westwood Apartments, where everyone in the neighborhood referred to Fatt's grandmother as Auntie Bobby. Fatt wouldn't have a bedroom growing up, and he would be sleeping on the couch every single day. While his home was also only an hour drive from the penitentiary, Fatt would talk about how it seemed like in order to get out of the city for good, everyone had to stop by the pen at least once. Since a kid, YTB Fatt has always been a hustler and a gambler, while he would openly discuss hosting dice games in 4th grade. He was teaching his entire class how to gamble at only 10 years old, turning the classroom into a casino after learning.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't saying this shit cap or whatever, because like I said, I grew up in the area. I didn't grow up in the area he grew up in, but dice game in 4th grade is actually a fucking insane, gang. Nigga, I'm at my grown ass age right now, gang. I don't know how to shoot dice. All my homeboys shoot dice. Everybody shoot dice, gang. I don't know how to shoot dice, gang. I was trying to get into that shit, but I don't know how, gang. Alright, this shit be moving too fast, bro. Like, nigga, it take me a little minute to read the dice and shit. Then it be niggas who doing janky ass shit, man.
From his cousin, Bankroll Freddie. Freddie would be Fatt's role model as kids. However, that relationship will later take an extremely dark turn. When Fatt was about 15 years old, he would see the streets for what they really are. While hanging out with his close friends at his grandma's house eating cereal, Fatt's friend would leave to get more cereal. However, he would never make it back. After losing his friend, Fatt said life was hard at that time and he would find himself hitting the floor 3 times a day to grieve, but still had to make it down to the dice game in order to make a living. Then, a year later, Fatt and his cousin CB would be at his grandma's house when CB would ask Fatt for some money to go to the store. Fatt would not only give him the $10, but he would say he didn't want it back. Unfortunately, that day, CB wouldn't make it back from the store. If that wasn't bad enough, only a year after that incident, Fatt would lose someone close to him yet again. And not to mention, this incident would also occur at his grandma's house. Mind you, where Fatt was living and sleeping on the couch. Fatt and his cousins would all be living under this roof together, and Fatt was trying to resolve some issues between the two.
Like, bro, this right here, this is Pimp K gang. I ain't gonna lie, this nigga funny as fuck. I remember I went to a party. I seen it at a party, gang. This nigga fucking insane, gang. I think he looked familiar. I think he passed away. I think he got shot. I think so. Then this Fatt BD and this Fatt, of course. I'm not familiar with these folks. I ain't gonna lie. He looked familiar.
Them, but it wasn't going as planned. As soon as Fatt turned his back, he would hear shots fired, only to see his cousin lying.
Bro, another thing, growing up in West Memphis, gang, like before all this beef and shit happened, bro, Fatt used to drop like some hard ass songs. Like before he was like really popping. It's crazy how this shit panning out though, cause like, bro, in his old music, he used to say this shit like, oh yeah, he gonna be popping. He been rapping for a long ass time, gang. Cause I remember, bro. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, bro. I'm finna play y'all this shit, bro. This shit so fucking hard, man. Like, bro, before he was like popping, bro. When he dropped this shit, gang, on my life, niggas was bumping this hoe non-stop. I ain't on no dig around shit, by the way. Let me put this bitch. Is this hoe? Oh, it's the match. I ain't on no dig around shit, but hold on. Listen to this shit, gang. Tell me this shit not bumping.
We got handguns, Drake fought us max and me.
Yeah, but bro, before he was really popping, he used to drop shit. Everybody had them bitches, bro. Everybody was bumping his ass. And then niggas just started beefing, and Mud Baby Rue, bro. That nigga hard as fuck, gang. Like, I fuck with Mud heavy, gang. Like, Mud for sure is finna go fucking crazy, gang. Like, his shit so fucking hard. And I'm speaking on this shit from my perspective, cause of course I ain't no Fox. I ain't 4BE. But these niggas are hard as fuck, and they both coming from West Memphis, and they both putting on the city. So it's like, damn, how the fuck both of these niggas hard as fuck? They both from the same city and they beefing. But it's some deeper shit going on. You know, it's deaths behind that shit and some more shit, bro. A lot of my homeboys, in the 40 boy, a lot of my homeboys 4B, a lot of my homeboys and clicked up with Mud. So I see shit from a different perspective than what everybody else see this shit, and it's just crazy in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of these niggas popping and shit, and they bumping heads with this shit. But both of them lit though.
On the ground, and his family start to.
Oh, another nigga, Hit Kid Fizz, bro. Hit Kid Fizz. I don't know. He probably the hardest not young nigga. He probably the hardest up and coming rapper right now in the city, bro.
And when Fatt would run to help his fallen cousin, he would look up to realize that the shooter was his role model growing up, Frankie. While Fatt was in disbelief and covered in blood, he would try to make out his cousin's last word. Look up to realize that the shooter was cousins would all be living under this roof together, and Fatt was trying to resolve some issues between the two of them, but it wasn't going as planned. As soon as Fatt turned his back, he would hear shots fired, only to see his cousin lying on the ground and his family start to panic. When Fatt would run to help his fallen cousin, he would look up to realize that the shooter was his role model growing up, Frankie. While Fatt was in disbelief and covered in blood, he would try to make out his cousin's last words, as his cousin would fall lifeless in his arms. Now, since Fatt had been surrounded by violence, it's important that we point out that his—
Bro, there is no way that nigga did that. Bankroll Freddy, he did that. I don't know. Shit, nigga, I'm from the city. I didn't even know he did that shit.
His escape would
He is in jail though. I think he in jail right now for drugs though.
eventually be music. It turns out that his brother Lil Cam would be the one to get him into music.
Oh boy, Lil Cam, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of lore behind these niggas. Lil Cam, I used to bump a Lil Cam song too. YTB Fatt on it. Lil Cam hard. I think he in jail too. Maybe this nigga did have this shit stupid hard, gang.
Trying his hand at doing skits and even making up dances throughout his teen years. By the time he was 18, Fatt was starting to see some success with his music, dropping the Punch series, which included 3 parts. On Punch 345, Fatt would establish himself as a ladies' man with lyrics saying, "I'm taking every girl, you can call me Fat Usher."
Bitch, you can't plug a fat boy cause he the plugger. I'm taking every nigga bitch that I see, you can call me Fat Usher, yeah.
It is important to note that he was also going by the name Fat Boy at the time. Even though Fatt does like to flex at times, he would always remain humble. Even after starting a fan base at school, people would ask him how much a feature would be and he would only charge them $35. You can also see here what I believe is his first music video.
Imagine taking that and seeing where he is now. A $35 feature back then, and now seeing him blow up and you did a song with him. This shit crazy as hell.
Titled Hoes Wicked, featuring his brother Lil Cam. Their buzz would make so much noise throughout the city that local channels like Mid-South Media would reach out to get an interview early in Fatt's career. In this interview, we could see a raw version of a young Fatt as he tells the audience that he's a known member of the GDs and that he has been in over 20 shootouts.
Man, I swear to God, I ain't even lying. Like, I probably been in like 20-something shootouts or something.
Yeah.
Niggas just come through shooting their head.
Not to mention, he would also walk us through the scene where his friend Zay was gunned down on the side of his grandmother's house.
Step into Wig Studio,
Weak
the
ass
platform for
ad,
agencies and enterprises. Kick off.
Shot like, he got hit in the back of the leg. They was saying all type of shit. Yeah. Niggas really don't know real.
After this interview, Fatt knew that this was his calling to make it out of the hood. That year, in 2019, Fatt would keep his foot on the gas, dropping a new music video every month. Fatt would also drop some skits in these videos, reenacting himself being arrested by the feds while rapping lyrics like, "I'm with some GDs and you could get blue back." And in the video for Close, Fatt actually imagines himself being killed. It's clear that Fatt would have a hard time coping with all this death and violence surrounding him, and would battle with self-harming thoughts. Fatt was really becoming well known for his music at this point and would perform live at local shows, like this one here, where he would be opening for Lil Boosie. Things would seem like they were going great, while Fatt and his crew would meet up with all their friends and have a successful performance, when suddenly, Fatt would fall down and suffer from a seizure. Thankfully, he would be okay and would walk away from the situation. And shortly after, we would soon see Fatt taking interviews again, like this one on Famous Animal TV, where Fatt talks about how Lil Cam got him into doing music, while Cam would unfortunately be locked up for a suspected murder at the time of this interview.
You doing this music shit, like what got you into this shit?
Lil Cam, really. I was the first nigga he got on the song with the shit. But shit, his ass on the murder right now and shit. This shit. Lil Cam. Facing a lot of time and shit.
This shit worldwide. Real.
This shit worldwide, this shit real. Really like that, really.
During this interview, we would also hear about the time when Fatt was shot.
Man, nigga, everybody nigga can't really been shot someone, shot it or shot.
Hold on.
On the next street over, like over there and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga hit me with my back and shit, though. This shit really, shit was hot in the motherfucker over. Man, fuck all that other shit.
Damn, so like it actually be a lot of beef shit going down over here.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, during the interview, YTB looks as if they were going to have a shootout mid-interview. Clearly, Fatt is accustomed to dealing with trauma on a daily basis. And if getting shot and losing his friends to the street wasn't bad enough, soon Fatt would receive devastating news. His house, with all of his belongings, would be burnt down in a house fire, causing Fatt and his family to not only be broke, but now homeless without any possessions. However, let's not forget who we are talking about here. This is YTB Fatt, the biggest hustler in West Memphis. And just as you would expect, Fatt would come up with a plan to make some fast money, considering he did have a pound of weed that was burned down in the house. After losing his re-up, he was advised by his friend, Clutch Frenchie, to take a stab at selling juice. No, I'm not talking about cough syrup either. I mean actual juice.
I remember that. The nigga had, like I said, bro, before all of this beef and shit happened, gang, everybody was like fucking with Fatt, bro. And this nigga dropped, he dropped like some juice, gang. I remember being like, maybe, I probably was in like 9th or 8th grade. Niggas, everybody was talking about the Fatt juice, bro. Fatt juice. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted one of them bitches too, though. I wanted one of them bitches too, bro. Fat juice, bro. I remember that shit.
Own branding.
That shit blew
as
up,
crazy as it
especially in the
sounds,
city.
it would work. While Fatt would rake in $6K in sales in the first week of business at $5 a bottle. After making this major comeback, Fatt would hit the ground running, dropping 8 music videos back to back, amounting in over 10 million views, including this one video where he is seen wearing a MAGA hat, and there was also this song Twin Towers that he dropped on, well, 9/11. This streak would have Fatt getting recognized everywhere he went, and with the love would come a lot of hate as well. Now at this point, Fatt has dealt with all kinds of violence and death, but soon he would get word that his auntie was gunned down days after he was just with her. Fatt wouldn't take this loss well at all. In fact, he would immediately go get a gun and head out to seek revenge for his fallen family. Now call it divine intervention.
Bro, how do y'all know that though? Nigga, I'm from the city, but how do y'all know that that nigga went and got a gun and was finna go slime a nigga out?
What have you, but literally, while Fatt was on a drill, he would get a text message that would change everything. The one and only Moneybagg Yo would.
So what you saying? So you know he was finna go on his drill. Right when that nigga was finna go on his drill, Moneybagg Yo texted him. How do you know that? I ain't gonna lie though. In that situation, like if I'm finna go on a drill, bro, I ain't saying I'm just a gangster ass nigga, bro. Cause I'm not. I ain't no gangster ass nigga, but I ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, if I'm finna go on a drill, first of all, I wouldn't have my phone. And if I'm finna go on a drill, I'm not even thinking to look at my messages. Like, I'm not even thinking, I don't know, bro. I think my adrenaline would have been running so, this is just me, though. This is me. I'm not saying bro cap or nothing. But I'm saying my adrenaline gonna be rushing, gang. I'm not gonna think about who texted me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about, like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. But it's crazy how he was finna go. If this did happen, I'm not saying that it didn't happen, and I'm not saying like it didn't happen. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that bro texted him right when he was finna go do that. That's perfect timing. That might be God, nigga. Well, it is God.
Reach out to Fatt, letting him know that he was a fan and wanted to sign Fatt to Bread Gang. Of course, Fatt was extremely reluctant to believe that this was a real deal, since he had been lied to so many times growing up. But his doubt would soon be short-lived after Moneybagg Yo would deliver on his promises. And soon, Fatt would be seen in Times Square pulling racks out of the bank. Shortly after, Moneybagg Yo would seal the deal with a company dinner and announce YTB Fatt as the newest artist on Bread Gang, the label. YTB Fatt's life would entirely change that day after receiving that text message. And everybody would see these rewards soon when Fatt would be seen on IG with a full bust-down grill and chain. If you think that Fatt would take his foot off the gas though, you would be terribly wrong. Fatt would go on to drop a few more singles, however most notably would be Shot Off Gumbo, featuring Fatt Wizza and Moneybagg Yo, sitting at a solid 17 million views to date, and also Get Back, which sits at over 26 million views to date. It was fair to say that Fatt had officially made it to the big leagues. And to solidify that, Lil Durk would be seen on IG singing the lyrics to Get Back. Fatt would take all of this clout and go on a press run.
Fuck, bro. It was damn near inspirational, bro. I ain't no dick ride shit, bro. To see, bro, like, from bumping this shit before he blew up, to seeing Dirk, him doing a song with Dirk and Dirk shouting him out and shit. Cause Dirk, I ain't gonna lie, Dirk is one of my favorite artists, gang. Like, I be playing Dirk 24/7, fool. Like, his shit so hard, gang. But to see that shit, I was like, damn, this shit real life possible. Like, niggas can really, like, lead a city and blow up, keep going into shit. You gotta be consistent, though.
Doing interviews with DGB Media, On the Radar, and the one that really put him in front of a lot of eyes was his interview with $1 Million Worth of Game, while Fatt and Moneybagg Yo would be getting interviewed on a private jet. It is in this interview we get to see the reasons why Moneybagg wanted to take a chance on Fatt.
That nigga voice, that nigga just talking, like that nigga, like, you know, like some people, like, you hear, you be like, okay, they just another nigga. I ain't never heard this shit. As soon as I heard this shit, my big brother, you know what I'm saying, shout out Joe, he played that shit for him. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Where he at? I'm ready to go to West Memphis and everything. I go pick this nigga up.
You ready to go back down the way?
Yeah, I'm ready to go back down the way, but shit, he kind of flew on to Miami. Shit, the rest was history. Made it happen. That's the video. Then we did the video you saw, signed him. broke that bag out for him, gave him 4, 5 chains. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he would also share that Fatt would always show Moneybagg the death threats he would receive and would have to fight the temptation to go back and spin the block.
You know, he got real smoke in the city, like same shit. Like he in the tour with the whole city, in the city like this big. You know what I'm saying? The city this big, nigga in the tour with the whole city. So
I
he's
ain't gonna
sending
lie
me.
though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you got smoke with the whole city, that might be like, well, if you doing like the rapping shit and niggas, all these niggas like beefing with you, bro, that might actually be a sign that like, yeah, gang, you probably finna take the fuck off. Cause they're like, that's actually fucking insane. Nigga, if I'm beefing with the whole city, bro, first of all, I wouldn't even be in the city no more. I'm beefing with the whole city. That's dumb. I wouldn't be in the city no more, bro.
Facebook videos, a screenshot niggas talking about Fatt this ain't Fatt your nigga out, niggas down and da. Man, don't let the fuck that shit, bro. Like, we ain't on it.
Moneybagg would continue to fulfill his promise to Fatt by putting him on his new album Hard to Love, on which Fatt would feature on a track along with Lil Durk titled Rock Out, and would also put him on his larger-than-life nationwide tour. It is fair to say that Moneybagg Yo came in at the right time to make a positive change in YTB Fatt's life, while Fatt would never allow this to slow him down. In fact, he would keep dropping 10 more videos in 2023, amounting in over 50 million views, and would also drop 2 projects titled Who is Fatt and Foxes Only, to let the world know that he is here to stay. Fatt would also be seen in another hood vlog where we would see his friend Mar, who was just released from prison. We would also get a look inside and see the couch where Fatt would sleep daily. And his father would also fill us in on his miracle open heart surgery at only 6 weeks old.
Had an open heart surgery when he was 6 weeks old. And to see him now to come to who he is, it's a blessing.
Now, I wish I could say that Fatt's mainstream exposure was all good, because there was some major drawbacks as well. For example, friends were starting to switch up on Fatt, and on top of that, Fatt would also accuse Playboy Carti and Travis Scott for stealing his flow on their new song Fiend. He would take to IG to post his grievances, saying that he received over 500 messages from fans making these claims. I don't believe that Carti or Travis would respond, however, this controversy would still benefit Fatt's growth. By 2024, Fatt was practically a household name with millions of views, a mainstream cosign, and a nationwide tour. YTB Fatt has
niggas be getting mad. Okay, I mid-sentence gang, I realized why niggas would be upset, cause especially this nigga, because you know he came from the bottom, and then a bigger nigga like stealing your flow or whatever, and he message you or whatever, or hit you up or shit like that, and it's like, damn nigga, I really came from the bottom, like nigga came in and shot me out type shit. But at the same time, it's like nigga put music out for everybody to listen to, and for everybody, you know, to create new music. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the word? Inspire. Niggas put out music to inspire other niggas to do that shit. So I wouldn't even, me personally, I wouldn't even, you know, get upset if a nigga steal my flow. And especially if the fans calling it out, like, I'm putting this shit out to the fans. If the fans noticing this shit, then that's how I know I'm lit, gang. Like, that's all I need. That's all I need. Like, that's all niggas need to know. Like, oh yeah, my fans peep that you did that shit. So me personally, I wouldn't do it, but you know, who am I? I wouldn't.
Officially made it to the big leagues, and somehow Fatt would always remain humble, and in fact would continue to stay sober throughout all of this mess, dropping another 15 music videos garnering over 60 million views, including the song titled Conspiracy V2 featuring Lil Durk, which this song alone has 20 million views. Not to mention, Fatt would drop 2 more projects this year titled On Zay and The Richest Fox, and if that wasn't enough exposure, Fatt would also head out on tour with the one and only Rod Wave. Now, wrapping up 2024 and 2025, Fatt is clearly undeniable, and Moneybagg Yo is direct.
That's on me. I ain't, you know what I'm saying. Niggas know.
Directly responsible for skyrocketing Fatt to success. However, Fatt getting a tattoo of Moneybagg was still something that came to a major surprise to the fans.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, man. He is. I feel him though, bro. Oh God, this shit went viral in the city, bro. Nah, tattooing another man is kind of crazy, gang. But I get where he coming from, type shit. Cause I get where he coming from, cause Moneybagg put him on. Hold on, though. I'm getting a call. Yo. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, but yeah, tattooing a nigga is kind of crazy, bro. But at the same time, I feel him though, cause he put him on type shit, and it's just art. It's just art. I don't know.
Seemed like a great gesture, as well considering Moneybagg would continue to show the same love, even coming out to surprise Fatt at one of his shows. YTB Fatt's story is nothing short of incredible. This man has had every reason to quit and let the streets get the best of him, but through persistence and hard work, Fatt would go on to create generational wealth for him and his entire family. However, we know that Fatt is still true to the street at the end of the day. After dropping his most recent collaboration titled Ghetto Fox, featuring Rio to Young OG, after Rio served 5 years for a gun charge. That recent drop already has over 21 million views. And he would also be headlining his own tour starting March 28th with Screwly G opening for him, further establishing Fatt as a force to be reckoned with. One thing is for certain is that YTB Fatt will continue to overcome obstacles and make his family proud. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bro.
The YTB Fatt story.
Yeah, man. I can't really. Okay. I didn't do this video, you know, to fact check or nothing, gang, but I can't even fact check, but I was just looking at this shit, you know, from my perspective, you know, being from the city and shit, seeing bro go up and shit, seeing the shit, you know, that's going on in the city, basically. And, you know, I just wanted to react to it because I seen this shit, but I ain't gonna lie, YTB Fatt, for sure, he got some hard ass songs, and he always had some hard ass music, gang, like before he even blew up, go. So it's crazy to see how niggas going up and shit, even though, you know, shit going on in the city or whatever. But when you going up the city, you don't have to fuck with you, cause how I see this shit, my audience ain't my city, bro. That's why I don't even promote my videos on like my social medias, because a lot of the niggas that I got added is from the city, and I know how the city is though, like, and I'm from like the outside of first of all, I'm not even from, I lived in West Memphis for some years. I lived in Memphis. I right now I stay in Marion, that's like right across the tracks from West Memphis. I grew up in Mariana, so a lot of people around is like from my area, from the city or whatever. And I know how the city gets. Like, I know how niggas don't really fuck with their support and shit. Like, niggas really don't be supporting you. They be hating behind closed doors. And I see it as, nigga, this not even my audience. So what's the point of me promoting my shit if you niggas not even my audience? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Shout out to the nigga Fatt, man. Shout out to Mud, bro. I fuck with Mud. I fuck with Mud music. A lot of my homeboys be with Mud and shit. Yeah, I ain't talking about shit though. Make sure, oh yeah, if y'all fuck with the hoodie gang, comment, bro. I'm gonna put y'all on this shit, bro. But appreciate y'all boys for watching the video. Make sure y'all boys like, comment, subscribe. I'm out there, bitch.